Alright everybody, what is up? It's Jack and welcome back to another video, and I got a very passionate commentary for you guys today because it is going to be on something that I think would not only work, but first before we get into that, I want to basically veer off before we get serious here for a minute. Let's veer off and go into Fantasyland for a couple minutes, shall we? So I have a question that I want to ask you guys here. I want to transport it off from Twitter onto here. So if you could rate Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War if there was no skill-based matchmaking, what would you rate it? Because on Twitter, as you can see here on your screen, it says, how would you rate Black Ops Cold War if there was no skill-based matchmaking? And 38.5% of you said great, 46.2% of you said average, nobody said bad, and 15.4% of you said terrible, and there were a total of 13 votes about 13 or so or 14 or so hours ago. So let me know down in the comment section what you guys would rate it if there was no skill-based matchmaking. Now, back on the subject of skill-based matchmaking, I'm really starting to wonder where in the hell Activision or the devs or whatnot get this data to where it makes them seem to think that we good players, which there's not as, granted we're growing and there's more and more of us as more people continue to play the game and to get good at it legitimately as time goes on and as the popularity of Call of Duty continues to progress, I'm sure that there's nearly not as many of us that are stomping the casuals left and right so much to where it would cause a dent in the sales of microtransactions and in-game sales for Call of Duty. Let me give you a few examples here. Example number one. When Call of Duty Ghosts came out, granted, there were a decent amount of players playing on it during its life cycle, but if you go back into memory lane, you will realize that over 200,000 people, at least on Xbox where I was playing it from, on the Xbox 360, for the year after Call of Duty Black Ops 2 was already done with its life cycle and Call of Duty Ghosts was out, over 200,000 people were consistently playing Call of Duty Black Ops 2. And I can guarantee you, because I was still playing Black Ops 2 as well, I kept on going back and forth, and more often than not, I actually preferred Black Ops 2 over Ghosts. I can tell you that there were just as many noobs as there were during its casual life cycle. And I can guarantee you that a whole bunch of pub players were still going back and playing that game from time to time. And I can guarantee you that noobs were still getting stomped. But again, skill-based matchmaking didn't exist during that time. So, at least not to the degree that it is now. So, the thing is that where does it make sense to where you increase skill-based matchmaking this much to where people that promote your game, big people and small people, and I mean by content creators, pros and non-pros alike, pub stompers and non-pub stompers alike, and everybody in between, what do we have to complain about? And look at this death, guys. Look at this death over here. Look at the kill cam. This is ridiculous. Watch this. Seriously, dude. Seriously. Holy shit. But anyway, going back on topic here. Going back on topic. These big content creators, big and small, what is their number one complaint right now about Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War or even Modern Warfare or Call of Duty in the last couple years? What has been their number one complaint? Skill-based matchmaking. I don't know about you guys, but if I kept on hearing bad things about a restaurant, what do you think the chances are of me going to that restaurant and eating? A hell of a lot lower. So if people are constantly talking shit about your game because of the skill-based matchmaking or whatnot, what are the chances that people that are casuals that haven't even bought the game yet, for instance, or even the ones that didn't get it on launch or whatever the deal was, or for the people that have already bought the game that are casuals, what are the likelihood that they're going to stick around, and what is the likelihood that they're even going to buy anything if the people that they look up to, which there are a lot of people that actually look up to content creators for guidance on whether or not to purchase something or to play the game, and a lot of them are little kids too. I mean, what do you think? What do you think the majority of Swags and Korean Savages viewers are? They're kids. Look at the way they do their content. It's based to kids. If you're a grown-ass man and if you're consistently watching those players, now I'm not saying that they're bad content creators or whatever, but if you're consistently watching them like religiously, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you got some maturity issues or something like that. I don't know. But the thing is, it's catered towards kids, okay? It's catered to kids. As simple as that. So Other than those guys, like for the people that are at least legitimately honest, that keep on complaining about skill-based matchmaking, I mean, what do you think it's going to have if they keep on talking bad about your game? It's only going to increase the chances of you having a decrease in sales and therefore having a decrease in what you would spend on microtransactions and all that kind of stuff. But all of a sudden, if you have all these players from Scump to Crim6 to Tim the Tapman to Blame Truth, Excalibur, Sandy Ravage, the Market J and stuff like that. Market J's completely disappeared since Alpha. I haven't seen a single video from him since Alpha. Okay, what do you think? And these are some big time players here and that have been around the community for a long time. If they say your game is legitimately good, what do you think is going to happen to the chances of your sales, or even to the chances of somebody that's already bought the game and they want to buy microtransactions or whatnot? I mean, it would only increase it if you got nothing but good things to say, or for the most part, good things to say. Guess what? It's only going to help increase your sales. And if the opposite happens, you have a higher chance of a decrease in sales. So if you think about it, it's actually Activision that's shooting themselves in the foot. So this is what I propose, Activision. I'm a small fry on here, but I'm going to put my word out there. And I do have a couple of big people that follow me. And who knows? Sometimes it only takes that one video, that one post, that one upload, that one video that can make a difference from you being a success on YouTube or to not being a success on YouTube, or for you to get your word out there to make a difference. Which is one of the reasons why a lot of us YouTubers, big and small, complain about something that we don't like. Because the first step to actually defeating a problem is to recognize that there is one. And what are we doing by talking about it? We're recognizing that there is one. And it's the only way, sometimes the only thing we can do to spark hope and a chance of making something happen. It's one of the only things we can do. And obviously, making a change in sales is the other thing we can do. But the thing is this. I propose this, Activision. Let's disable skill-based matchmaking for 3 months. Or let's say, let's revert it to how it was back in Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2. Okay? So, disable skill-based matchmaking and go for an entire quarter, because every single quarter you guys do your quarterly, I made a few $1 billion in money off of sales and microtransactions, right? Let's do a little experiment to see how true this data of yours actually holds up. Let's disable skill-based matchmaking for 3 months and see if the numbers make a difference. And I am willing, I'm not a betting man, but I am willing to say that if all of a sudden, with the content that this game is going to provide in the future, as well as updates, and as well as you staying off Treyarch's back, and to give them the complete freedom to do what it is that they want to do and striving to do as developers, and disable skill-based matchmaking as well, and to give this game its full potential, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I bet you that things one of two things will either happen. Either things will go better to where you guys will even make more money and the community's going to be more happy and we both win, or we end up in the exact same place. So therefore, why give us skill-based matchmaking if it's going to make no difference? So that is what I propose, guys. I propose a 3-month absence from skill-based matchmaking. I think this is a worthy experiment to have. And I want you guys to also communicate with me in the comments section and over on Twitter if you need to, or whenever I go on streams on weekends, or whenever in the world I get a chance. Let me know your opinions and your thoughts. And please, some of you guys are absolutely, positively more intelligent than I am. I'm not like the world's smartest man or anything close to that. As a matter of fact, some of you guys that watch me disagree with everything I have to say, but you still watch me for whatever reason, which is cool. Hey, I love you guys. But let me know down in the comment section what you think. Don't you think that this would be a good idea and a good experiment to have? Now, granted, I know that the chances of Activision going forward are going to be low, but Activision, put your money where your mouth is. Let's see if your balls are as big enough as your wallets are deep. Let's see if you guys are willing to take that 3-month experiment and to go for it. And if anything, look at what's going on with Warzone. Oh, by the way, Warzone also has skill-based matchmaking. I don't think COD Mobile has skill-based matchmaking. And look at how successful that game is. So imagine if your premium title, as well as your Warzone title, and of course, please get rid of those cheaters as well. I mean, develop an anti-cheat system for goodness sake. You do all those things, you're guaranteed success. And you barely would be lifting a finger. If anything, you'd be making a small investment in your developer so that way they could, basically create an anti-cheat system for Warzone, which is something that people love. People love Warzone. I personally don't, but I know that, I don't know, 50 to 70 million other players like it. So, anyway, Activision, that is my proposal to you, and I challenge you to do something like this, and I can almost guarantee you, and the only reason I say almost is because nobody can predict 100% certainty in life, but I can almost guarantee you that there's nothing to lose from this. But anyway, guys, let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. And for those of you guys that are big YouTubers and happen to see this, let me know. And if you agree with me, spread the word out. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. This is Jack, signing off.